Welcome to Survivorpedia, your guide to navigating the unexpected. It's about understanding the risks around us and equipping ourselves with the skills and knowledge to survive. We never know what life will throw our way, but we can control how we react. Today, we're diving deep into 7 potential disasters that could disrupt our lives. We'll be using my book, Survivorpedia, as our roadmap. It's packed with practical advice, hard-earned wisdom, and essential skills to help you weather any storm. This isn't about living in fear, it's about facing reality head-on. It's about taking responsibility for our safety and that of our loved ones. For more information, visit www.survivorpedia.info. Chapter 1. Mother Nature's Fury, Natural Disasters and Climate Change. Earthquakes reducing cities to rubble, hurricanes turning coastlines into disaster zones, tornadoes ripping through communities. These aren't just isolated incidents, they're a stark reminder of nature's power. Climate change is turning up the dial. Warmer temperatures fuel more intense hurricanes, rising sea levels exacerbate flooding, and changing weather patterns create conditions ripe for wildfires. We can learn to adapt and prepare. Understanding regional risks is crucial. Reinforce your home, have an evacuation plan, and know the evacuation routes. Pack a go-bag with essentials. Surviving is about mental resilience. Stay calm, be resourceful, and never give up hope. Respect nature and be prepared. Chapter 2. The Silent Threat. Pandemics and Bio-Terrorism. History has taught us time and again we are vulnerable to invisible enemies. Pandemics like silent predators have ravaged civilizations throughout history. From the Black Death to the Spanish flu, these outbreaks remind us of the fragility of life. In today's interconnected world, a virus can spread across continents in a matter of hours. Add to that the terrifying potential of bioterrorism, a deliberate release of deadly pathogens, and we face a new kind of threat. But panic is not the answer. Knowledge is power. Understand the basics of infectious diseases, how they spread and how to protect yourself. Simple things like hand washing, wearing masks, and social distancing can be incredibly effective. Build a survival kit with essentials like masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, and disinfectants. Consider a 2-week supply of food and water for each member of your family. Knowledge is power. Learn how to identify the symptoms of common diseases and understand basic first aid and sanitation practices. Remember, a resilient community is a strong community. Connect with your neighbors, share information and support each other. In times of crisis, we're all in this together. Let's take a look at some basic sanitation practices that can help you to avoid contact with viruses. By being informed, prepared and vigilant, we can face these threats head-on and emerge stronger on the other side. Chapter 3. When the system fails. Economic collapse. Imagine a world where the economy grinds to a halt. Banks shut down, currencies become worthless, and the supply chains that deliver food and essentials collapse. It sounds like a dystopian movie, but the reality is economic collapse is a very real threat. We rely heavily on a complex system of interconnected networks for our daily needs, but this system is more fragile than we think. A global pandemic, a cyber attack, or even a series of bad decisions can trigger a domino effect, leading to economic chaos. The key to surviving an economic collapse is preparedness. Start by building a financial safety net. Have some cash on hand, diversify your assets, and consider investing in precious metals. Next, develop practical skills. Learn how to grow your own food, purify water, and barter for goods and services. These skills will become invaluable if the system fails. Community is crucial. Connect with like-minded individuals, build a network of support, and be prepared to help each other. Remember, we're stronger together. We're going to take a look at some alternative currencies you can use in the event the dollar collapses. By taking practical steps today, you can protect yourself and your family from the worst effects of an economic collapse. Chapter 4. The Invisible Enemy, EMP and Nuclear War. We live in a world increasingly reliant on technology, but what happens when that technology is turned against us or wiped out in an instant? An electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, or a nuclear attack could plunge our world into darkness, literally. An EMP, whether from a high-altitude nuclear detonation or a natural solar flare, can fry electronic circuits, knocking out power grids, communication systems, and even vehicles. Imagine a world without electricity, internet, or transportation. Nuclear war, though unthinkable, remains a terrifying possibility. The devastation from a nuclear explosion is immediate and catastrophic, with long-lasting radioactive fallout. The key to surviving these scenarios is to be prepared for the unthinkable. Harden your home against EMPs by creating a Faraday cage to protect essential electronics. Stockpile non-perishable food, water, and essential supplies. Learn basic first aid and radiation safety procedures. Think about your evacuation route and have a plan for sheltering in place. We're going to learn how to build a radiation meter using everyday materials. By taking these steps, you can significantly increase your chances of survival in the face of these extreme events. Our sun, the lifeblood of our solar system, can also be a source of immense danger. Coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, are powerful bursts of solar plasma and magnetic fields that can wreak havoc on our planet's electrical grid. Imagine a massive solar storm, a CME, erupting from the sun and hurtling towards Earth at millions of miles per hour. The impact could knock out power grids, disrupt communication systems, and even damage satellites. While we can't stop a CME, we can prepare for its impact. Protecting our electrical grid is paramount. Investing in resilient infrastructure and developing backup power systems is crucial. On a personal level, prepare as you would for a long-term power outage. Stock up on non-perishable food, water, and essential supplies. Have a plan for staying warm or cool, depending on your climate. Learn how to operate essential appliances manually and consider alternative energy sources like solar panels or generators. We're going to explore some off-grid energy solutions that can power your home in the event of a grid-down scenario. By understanding the risks and taking proactive steps, we can mitigate the impact of these solar events and ensure our survival. We like to think of ourselves as civilized, but history paints a different picture. Rioting mobs, fueled by anger, fear, or desperation, can erupt with frightening speed, turning order into chaos in an instant. From ancient times to the present day, history is rife with examples of riots that have toppled governments, ignited revolutions, and left a trail of destruction in their wake. Understanding the dynamics of mob mentality is crucial. Riots are often triggered by a single event, but they are often rooted in deeper societal issues like inequality, oppression, or economic hardship. While it's impossible to predict when and where a riot might occur, you can take steps to stay safe. Avoid large crowds and protests, especially those that are becoming increasingly volatile. If you find yourself in the vicinity of a riot, stay calm, blend in, and move away from the area as quickly and safely as possible. Avoid confrontation and don't engage with the mob. We're going to look at some self-defense techniques that could save your life in a dangerous situation. Remember, your safety is paramount. Be aware of your surroundings, trust your instincts, and don't hesitate to remove yourself from a potentially dangerous situation. In our hyper-connected world, the digital realm has become the new battleground. Cyber attacks, ranging from petty online scams to sophisticated state-sponsored operations, are a clear and present danger. Imagine waking up one morning to find your bank accounts emptied, your personal information stolen, and critical infrastructure like power grids and communication systems crippled by a massive cyber attack. These attacks can target individuals, businesses, and even entire nations, disrupting economies, sowing chaos, and undermining our way of life. Protecting yourself in the digital age requires vigilance and proactive measures. Strengthen your online security by using strong passwords, being wary of phishing scams, and keeping your software updated. Back up your important data regularly and be cautious about the information you share online. Consider using a VPN for an extra layer of security. We're going to look at some essential cybersecurity measures you can take to protect yourself in the digital world. By taking these steps, you can become a harder target for cyber criminals and safeguard your digital life. We've covered a lot of ground, from natural disasters to man-made threats, but the message is clear. The world can change in an instant. But remember, we are not powerless. By being informed and prepared, you can increase your chances of surviving and thriving during a crisis. Knowledge is power. Understand the potential risks in your area and take practical steps to prepare for these potential scenarios. Build your survival skills, stock up on essential supplies, and create a plan for you and your loved ones. We wish you the best in your family disaster survival planning. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it. For more information, visit www.survivorpedia.info.